Hello, hello, my green skins. And this was supposed to be Toxic Crusader, but I hate to say it, other people did it better. And I really feel like there's nothing I didn't get said that could be said. And I felt like it just wasn't in the cards. It just wasn't a good video, so I scrapped it. To move on to another video where what I like to call, if you're an adult, don't watch Five Nights at Freddy, Willie's Wonderland. That's right. This is going to be a review of Willie's Wonderland. Do not, as an adult, watch Five Nights at Freddy's. It is clear that this is for that generation, and it's not. I didn't like it at all. And that's it was just bad. It is bad to me. So we're going to talk about the greatest version of Five Nights at Freddy's ever, Willie's Wonderland. What can I say about this movie? This is a surprisingly good movie. And I know this movie got shit on a lot, but I liked this movie way more than I thought I'd like it. And we're going to break this bad boy down and kind of get through it. Let's start. All right, Willie's Wonderland. This is kind of a fun little movie that I kind of liked. It's basically if you took Five Nights at Freddy's, added a little bit of a satanic spin, and actually made the monsters scary. Not jump scare, but actually a little intimidating. And kind of bumped them all together and made an interesting story that is weird as fuck. Our cast consists of Nicolas Cage, who plays the janitor. I refuse to call him the janitor. What his real name is, the Pinball Wizard. And I'm going to get into some headcanon later. You got Kathleen Cullen as Katie Barr. We got Emily Tosa as Liv. We got Beth Gurnett as Sheriff Lewis. We got the boy, I think this was the boy that wanted to hook up with Emily Tulsa, Christian Dell. And that's basically your main kind of group cast. The story is going to be interesting for this, and it's not going to be long, but the acting is quite interesting. Nicolas Cage does not say a fucking word in this entire movie. He just keeps his fucking mouth shut. It's almost like he's just trying to stay quiet. Like, he just doesn't seem to care. Like, almost like, I'm not going to say a word. That's kind of his story. And the other characters are surrounding him are kind of interesting. Kathleen Cohen, she was basically the sexual individual in the story. Like, you got some serious tropes here. Which, if you're gonna do a campy movie, make it campy. Don't like Five Nights at Freddy's was not campy. This movie had a campiness to it I liked, and again, this is definitely not for my generation. So let's basically break down the story, which won't take too long. So this movie has a little bit of a sad thing to it. It unfortunately came out during that moments in life that we can't talk about on YouTube. That bad moment in existence where we had this situation that was going on. And it's pretty much the same rating as, I think, Five Nights at Freddy's, which is kind of amusing. I thought this had a higher rating, but it doesn't. So break her down. The story, you have a evil cult who finally got caught after killing lots of innocent people. A small town who goes to stop them with the help of the FBI and other organizations. The cult ends up killing themselves and committing a evil black ritual that has their souls inhabit the bodies of the animatronics. Then a body count starts. So for the townspeople to satiate the evil that is this cult and to stop them from killing people, they get lone wanderers or people. They purposely trap them here in the little town and go, oh, hey, can you do us a favor? Watch that place. We'll take care of it and clean it up. And you'll get yourself a free, they'll damage your car. You'll get yourself a free vehicle. We'll set you up. You'll get your vehicle completely fixed. No problems. No questions asked. In walks in the Pinball Wizard. And the Pinball Wizard shows up. Now we got a problem. He's here, and he ain't exactly a good person. Meanwhile, Liv and her little band of friends that are going to victims for the movie are going to try to stop the evil that is Willie's Wonderland and set it on fire. When they realize the Pinball Wizard's in there, and he's just kind of being what he's being, he's doing his job, which is playing pinball, drinking his punch energy drink, cleaning the place up, and murdering animatronics in some of the most glorious ways. They try to save him, which kind of has some fun, very horror movie tropes moments, including where he only wanted his machete moment, which is actually quite fun. And that's how it kind of goes. He kills one, goes on break, cleans up, kills one, goes on break, cleans up. And then they have a moment where they have the police officer kind of handcuff him and tie him up to basically make him a sacrifice and send him back in there. He breaks free, kills them, kills even more, and the sheriff's like, fuck it, I'll put you in there at gunpoint. And that's when Willie makes his appearance. And Willie beats him up, and then he proceeds to beat up Willie. And he ends up escaping with Liv, the teenage girl. I don't know that they don't actually incorporate how old the girl. It's either teenager or young woman. I don't know what age they were incorporative. I think the actress was somewhere in her 20s. Cut to print. Badass moment as he drives away, and you see the fire in his eyes as he drives away, and bam, there you go. There is your Willie's Wonderland story. Simple, easy, fun, enjoyable. Next, we'll talk about the animatronics and some of the fight effects. So the fight effects in this are actually quite good. They did a great job here. And like I've said, I think I've said before to other people, and I'll say it again here now. In a horror movie, you have two ways to go about it. You either make it really scary or really campy and fun. And I want horror movies that are crunchy. I want horror movies that make me laugh. It's just that level of Jesus fuck. This is kind of amusing. Tucker and Dale versus Pure Evil, for example, was a great horror comedy. And this is actually a horror comedy I kind of like. This is what you need. The fight scenes are really good. He's got a good one against the gorilla. That's the first person he beats. And then the moment when he fights the peacock, or not the peacock, the ostrich. I keep thinking it's a peacock for some reason. That one was also really fun. He just kicks his ass. And it's just it's a grind. It's this meaty, violent scenarios. And I love the fact that the Pinball Wizard keeps going back to the pinball machine. Because that's the real reason he's here. He's here to be the Pinball Wizard. And it has a dirty burger. Like I said, I love horror movies that are they're almost like they're junk food for the soul. You want that dirty burger mentality. You want that really good taste when you have a horror movie. And it has that flavor. You want your burger to have fucking coleslaw on top of it. And the patty's the size of your fist. That is what you want when you're watching a horror movie like this. Unless you're going the other way. And that's what these fight sequences are. They're good. They're gory. Oh yeah, they do murder people. They murder the they murder all the kids, the victims, as I'm going to now refer to them as. And one of them even goes to have a sex scene, which I'm not gonna lie, that actress is freaking gorgeous. Is all wow, just gorgeous. She is a super attractive woman, and I'm into. I kind of like that they have those tropes. They even have the my machete trope, which is good, where the guy gets his neck broken almost instantly, and Nicolas Cage like, oh, looks at his, he's gonna about defeat the bad guy. Looks at his clock and goes, no, can't fight it. Sorry. And that's what I like about this. This was good violence, fun, enjoyable, and that's what you want. You want your dirty burger. So what am I gonna rate this movie? Well, thinking about it a little bit, I can honestly say this movie's about a 6.5. You see, it's good. It's one of those good dirty burger movies, and I kind of like those dirty burger movies. Those are the movies I enjoy the most. Those are the movies I have the most fun with. When it comes to horror movie, those dark comedies, the Toxic Avenger, the Tucker and Dale, the Fearless Vampire Hunters. I like that stuff. That stuff to me makes me laugh. I enjoy it because it's a good laugh. It's hysterical. It's fun. This was a fun movie. Like I said, Nicolas Cage doesn't say a fucking word, and he has so much gravity that he's so enjoyable as a character. You're like, yeah, I enjoy him. He did a great job. It was fun watching him be the Pinball Wizard, and it worked. Now, comparing this to Five Nights at Freddy's, because you have, I hate to say it, there has to be some sort of comparison. That movie is in the zeitgeist right now. That movie's out there. And this movie's going to be instantly compared to it. I would consider Five Nights at Freddy, even though they're both rated, they're 13 plus movies. They're like PG-13, both of them. I would say this is a more adult version of a movie. Now, you can't compete with Jim Henson's animatronics. Let's be honest. Who the fuck's going to be able to compete with Jim Henson animatronics? That is a hard thing. These, compared to the Jim Henson stuff, these look like stuffed doll, costumes. The Jim Henson stuff looks amazing. It looks as is, because it's Jim Henson's studio. They made the Ninja Turtles. You can't deny that. But that being said, if you don't have information, if you don't know who Matt Pat is, if you don't know who this person is, you're not gonna fucking care. This is a movie you ain't giving two shits about with Five Nights at Freddy's. These two movies could literally they're different in a lot of ways, and that's technically a good thing, because I really would not want to watch. I'll watch the sequel to Willy's Wonderland. I won't watch the sequel to Five Nights at Freddy's. I would say the animatronics and the costumes and stuff are phenomenal in Five Nights at Freddy's, but I'd rather watch. I'll sit here eating my dirty burger. I'll sit here eating my donut burger. Okay? I'm gonna go eat that. You guys can enjoy the weird conglomeration of pseudo meat. I kind of feel okay. The comparison to food, which I probably should stop doing, but when horror movies, that's the first thing that comes to my mind. Yeah, I know I'm messed up. Comparison to both, I would say Five Nights at Freddy's is your McDonald's, and your what's it called is about it's like your McDonald's, and it's fake McDonald's. It's vegan meat or fake meat. Willy's Wonderland is a giant 3 meat, 4 cheese burger. And that's the best way I could put it. Now let's get down to my conspiracy thoughts. My conspiracy theory about the Pinball Wizard. Used to be special forces, but now he goes around drinking his energy drinks, traveling to location, eating hot dogs whatever he eats, drinking his energy drinks for one sole purpose and one sole purpose only: to play pinball games. In his mind, getting the highest score is his goal. He's done all the badass stuff, dealt with all the supernatural shit, but he has now come here for one purpose, and that's to play pinball. So he drives around the countryside in his super fast car, going to location to location, and he just gets caught up in the bullshit. Seriously, that would be a great movie. Like, that would be a great TV show. Call it the Pinball Wizard. No, seriously, hear me out. Like something like Kojak or Vigilante or something like that, or Renegade. He travels to location, fighting bad guys, winning the day, and playing pinball. That would work. Like, okay, he goes into an amusement park. It has like some ominous backstory of like how people died in a really bad way, and there was a huge body count. But now all the now because they were on an ancient burial ground, all the undead crawl up from the ground, and he's here to help do some maintenance. There's all these people dying around him, but he's here to get the high score. And then when the zombies come to attack his ass, he's doing that. Oh, the Wendigo attacks a location, this bar, but they have a limited edition pinball machine in there, and he's getting the fucking high score. You could literally do that. That would be a great fucking show. Just Monster of the Week, Supernatural, just done more campy, which is saying something, because Supernatural was pretty campy sometimes. I like the idea of just this badass, kicking ass, taking names. You don't even need Nicolas Cage character, although I would love to have Nicolas Cage in the role, but you could have some younger guy being the Pinball Wizard. It could fucking work. I love the idea of that. Like, we need some fun action. Like, I would do a comic. If you did a comic or an animated TV show, that would be kind of fun to do it. Like, but dealing with all these supernatural things, it works. Like a good horror movie could work that way. A good horror TV show could work that way. I love the idea of him getting the fucking high score every fucking time, and that's his sole goal in life, is to travel around, get the high score, and every once in a while, and he has to deal with fucking supernatural shit, like a town of werewolves that like is some random dusty town that no one goes to anymore, but they're all werewolves. One time a year, Nicolas Cage goes and kills them all, and then deals with the head werewolves and saves the town. You could have so much fun with this, and it would work. We need more like this. We need TV shows like that. That would fucking work. I don't know if you guys agree with me. Leave a comment. Do you think the Pinball Wizard works as a TV show or a new movie? Do you think Willy's Wonderland should get a sequel? I know they're talking about Five Nights at Freddy's getting a sequel. I've heard they're going to give Willy's Wonderland a sequel. But I want Nicolas Cage back for Willy's Wonderland 2. I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was fun. I thought it was a good idea. I really didn't like Five Nights at Freddy's, but again, it's definitely not for me. I hope you enjoyed the video, the essay here. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time on Orc War Chief Reviews. You guys have yourselves a very good day.